You know when you get that Instalock Spider-Man on your team and you think, oh God, well, we don't on this channel. We love Spider-Man players. But if that is you, we're going to help you out by giving you the best heroes that you can pick to play with that Spider-Man player. All the heroes that pair really well with Spider-Man, so you can give them the best opportunity to play as good as they can. So starting off, we're just going to get the obvious out of the way. Venom. Okay, this is a caveat. Venom isn't in a good state right now. It's probably not the best Vanguard at all, but pair it with the Spider-Man. Spider-Man can do some work, so good pick with Venom. All right, let's go off for Adam Warlock. Now, I'm just going to say this isn't how good the hero is. This is how well they pair with Spider-Man. And Adam Warlock just doesn't pair well with Spider-Man. His heal has a limited range on it. And Spider-Man will probably never be in the range of that at all, so that doesn't work. The res, Spider-Man's so fast he comes back if he's gone, so probably not a good pick for Adam and Spider-Man. Black Panther, on the other hand, an amazing pick with Spider-Man. It's just the perfect combo when you're in both going at the back line like that. It's just so effective. Definitely pick Black Panther if you get a Spider-Man on your team. Black Widow, I'm just going to say terrible pick with Spider-Man. Doesn't work. It's just completely the opposite playstyle. One right in the enemy backline, the other one right in your backline. They don't really pair well together. But Hulk, on the other hand, I think Hulk is actually a really, really good pick with Spider-Man. Absolutely perfect, diving into that backline, occupying them. Spider-Man following up on all that damage. It's going to do some absolute work. Captain America also... that's a funny one. Maybe just good for Captain. I feel like Captain America just occupies the back line, whereas Spider-Man's trying to take him out. And I don't think that... I don't know. Could be great. Good. For now, good. I love Captain America. It's my second most played hero. But I think just good for now for Captain America. I'm going to say Cloak and Dagger, really good, actually. Really good to pair with Spider-Man because... you can do healing on Spider-Man who's moving really fast and you're going to heal them very reliably. But not amazing because the heal is kind of slow, it travels kind of slow, and it's not like a huge amount of burst heal. Doctor Strange, bad pick with Spider-Man. I mean, good pick overall, but bad pick with Spider-Man. Doesn't really play into Spider-Man's wheelhouse at all. Same for Groot. I think Groot is a solid pick. And the reason they're not terrible is because those guys are going to occupy at least the front line a long time, so that you have those Spider-Man players going to have more time to occupy the back line. Hawkeye, just terrible with Spider-Man. Has no cohesion with Spider-Man at all. Just sitting way back, doesn't really benefit anything with what Spider-Man does. Hela, again, I would say Hela, terrible with Spider-Man. Doesn't really pair up at all. Just not going to get any cohesion or anything together. Iron Fist, you probably got... I'm going to say, since the Iron Fist change, he's going to be good. It probably used to be great, but because he now does less damage to strategists and things, and he does more damage to Vanguard with higher HP, I feel like it's not as effective, so he's just a bit more of like a tank buster now, which is kind of lame. I think they should revert that. Iron Man, just average. It's kind of consistent, lots of splash damage, which can help Spider-Man get the limbs, but I think just average on Iron Man. It's not bad, not good. Jeff, just, I think it's got to be the same as Adam, I think. It's the same, just terrible. Just doesn't pair up with Spider-Man at all, really. It doesn't provide anything for Spider-Man. Can't heal him reliably. There's nothing really Jeff can work on. Loki, I would say, is probably just average. He's kind of, you can see the kind of green totems on the floor, and as Spider-Man, you can kind of just go to them to get heals, reliable heals if you ever need to. But Loki healing the Spider-Man with primary fire is just really hard to do. But also a good copy target Spider-Man, so very nice. All right, getting on to Luna Snow. Absolutely brilliant pick to go with Spider-Man. So if you get Spider-Man on your team and you who play strategists, Luna Snow, perfect, because you just put that snowflake on Spider-Man, keep up your Vanguard, and you're going to be keeping your Spider-Man up as well, keeping him in the backline even longer. Magic, again, beautiful pick with Spider-Man, just living in the enemy backline, taking them on all the time, putting all that pressure on together. Magneto, again, he doesn't offer anything apart from maybe he's better than those two, so he has to go average because he can bubble the Spider-Man, which is also really good for Spider-Man Ultimate. If your Spider-Man's going in with his ult, you can bubble him, and that's huge. Mantis, perfect pick for Spider-Man. You give him that damage boost. The heal is nice because it's kind of over time, so Spider-Man being elusive and stuff, it can actually can factor in that heal a little bit more. Moon Knight, just not really good with Spider-Man. The only thing I would say, he's probably not terrible with Spider-Man, because when he puts his onks out and he can do a lot of damage, maybe it's kind of a lot of splash damage and a lot of people, and it's just better than the high peak single target damage than they give out. It can do a lot of damage to the team, in which case Spider-Man can maybe capitalize on it. Oh, our old buddy Namor. Namor, of course, on the enemy team, nightmare for Spider-Man. On your team, though, don't think he offers very much at all. I'm torn between bad and probably just doesn't really pair up with Spider-Man, really. Of course, amazing against Spider-Man, but don't tell anyone. But yeah, doesn't really do anything. Penny Parker just doesn't offer anything to the Spider-Man player. Doesn't offer any protection to your team like these two do, so it's just definitely worse. So it's going to have to be terrible. Psylocke, obviously, for obvious reasons, living in the enemy backline, being a nuisance, just like Spider-Man does. Perfect pairing. You can team up, coordinate, and just destroy people. Punisher is actually really good with Spider-Man because he's constantly damaging. If you get a few hits off with Spider-Man, get someone in the air that's really low, Punisher can really quickly just kind of transition target normally and just help finish them off. He's got quite reliable damage with his primary fire that, cut lots and lots and lots of shots. So even if you're bad at aiming, you can probably follow up. Rocket. Rocket's probably just average, maybe average, because the revive is huge. Because you're so fast that when you get revived, you're straight back in. But also the heal, he can just kind of shoot. If you're hiding behind a wall as Spider-Man, right in the back line, he can kind of still get you because he just has to shoot it near you. That's kind of good. Scarlet Witch. What do we think about Scarlet Witch? See, I'm kind of weird about Scarlet Witch because some of them are some Scarlet Witch players are really aggressive and dive the back line, which can be great. Some of them are just really passive. I'm going to say good, because I think the kind of similar thing to Punisher, the follow-up that Scarlet Witch can do on your damage as Spider-Man is actually kind of good and kind of reliable. I think that's kind of a secret little combo that you can do. Squirrel Girl, of course, is a good combo with Spider-Man because Squirrel Girl gets perks for it. The only thing is that, they don't really work together with the normal abilities, but the bonus ability that Squirrel Girl gets, of course, is a perk. Plus, she's going to occupy the Vanguard on the enemy team while you're occupying the Strategist. So it can be kind of a little balance. I actually think really good pick. Maybe not great, but good pick is Star-Lord. Star-Lord's such a cool hero, actually. I really like Star-Lord. And it just, again, good reliable damage, but also kind of a flanker. Bit more of a flanker than, Punisher and stuff. And then I need to put maybe Iron Fist. I don't know. I'm just now getting into the nitty-gritty. But yeah, Star-Lord, pretty solid pick with Spider-Man. Storm doesn't really add anything. Just doesn't really add anything, I don't think. What can we say about Storm? Super boring hero, but kind of effective. Pretty lame. Thor, I'm just going to say average. No. Maybe he's pretty good, though. I don't know. He's kind of not a dive, but he's like a brawl, I suppose, brawling character. Doesn't dive like these guys, right into the backline, but he kind of does, goes in, goes out, kind of play style. Average, doesn't really work with Spider-Man, but doesn't really not work with Spider-Man. Actually, you know what? It's bad. Okay. I've changed my mind now. Doesn't really work with Spider-Man. Bucky, although a really good pick at the moment, it's good, actually. I think Bucky's pretty good because he's really reliable, does good damage, has cool cooldowns that are quite good. I think The main pair up with Bucky is the ultimate, though. Spider-Man can help get him his resets by seeing who's been tagged and then going for them. So really good pick, as Bucky, like, especially when Bucky's putting his ult out, which is like all the time, by the way. You can just kind of take advantage of Spider-Man, jump in, and hit those people with the little red health bar and give him the resets and just wipe out the team. Wolverine, I would say Wolverine's just a bad pick to play with a Spider-Man player, unless you're playing like something weird, like three duelists or something, like, and one Vanguard, maybe, because then you can play like double flank a Wolverine and say maybe a Magneto or something, and then I don't know, something like that, something freaky set up. But that can be, it's not terrible to play Wolverine, but it just doesn't really go with Spider-Man. It doesn't really work. Whereas Wolverine, just want to take out the Vanguard on the enemy team. Alrighty. Mr. Fantastic is, actually, I guess by that logic, is average. Same as Mr. Fantastic is what I'm thinking. Like Wolverine, just average pick. Neither bad nor good. Same as Mr. Fantastic. Neither bad nor good. He's probably not going to use his shield on you. It's just not going to happen. He's going to be way out of position if he does that. So he's probably not going to happen. And, that he's not going to benefit you in any way. He's not going to really follow up on your damage that much. Same as Susan, the old invisible woman. Definitely a bad pick. Not a terrible pick, but definitely a bad pick with Spider-Man. The only good thing is the shield. The primary fire has limited range. It's probably not going to, hit all the time. It's hard to do. But the shield is kind of good, so it's not terrible, but it's just not ideal. So Invisible Woman Ultimate doesn't really go with Spider-Man very much. So, yeah, there's that. The thing, it could be good, It could be good. Even though he's not really dive, but he can go in and sustain. So he can jump towards the Spider-Man and start doing damage, and then jump out again. So it could be good. But I'm kind of thinking maybe the best of the average bunch. I think is the best way to describe that. Human Torch. I think Human Torch is pretty overrated. Is not very valuable, and doesn't really go with Spider-Man. Is pretty bad. But his kind of divey thing, nobody uses it, but I think it could be pretty strong, If he puts some fires down, dives in at the same time, I don't know, super mega coordinated, this might work. But if you're playing at that level, then these guys are going to ruin his day. So anyway, and then, of course, if you had Spider-Man on your team, that would be peak. But we can't. But yeah, that would be absolutely nuts and broken as hell. So I should probably put it. Oh no, I can't remove him from the list. No. Well, peak it is. Anyway, that is my go-to with Spider-Man. How's that balanced out? We've got 2 Vanguard, 2 strategists, and then you can take your pick from these guys. That's worked out pretty good. So you got your little team up here. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, replace these damages as you see fit. These are your Vanguards. You go full on Mega Dive with Spider-Man, Black Panther, and everything. Then you got Luna Mantis in the back line to kind of keep things a little bit sane. There you go. Let me know in the comments what you think of my tier list for playing heroes with Spider-Man. Probably this line is the most controversial because, I don't know, he could go up, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the content, subscribe for more. We've got loads of stuff on the channel, loads of Spider-Man content if you do like Spider-Man and playing Spider-Man, or you maybe fancy learning Spider-Man. Well, hit the old videos up. But anyway, that's enough from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye. Bye. Help! I'm stuck in a box. Help me.